side. So in the mid game, their execution will have to be very particular because you lose vision control. Who's face checking and not blowing up? Looks like on that lineup.
You can already see that this lane up in the top side is pushing. Could be an opportunity for a gank, but instead they're going into the bottom side. Look at this TP so early. Beryl already using his flash. He is dead beat. Now Nuclear going to have to cleanse and
on the taunt. So because of that, had to be more respectful. It's another roam.
They're gonna eat a shock blast to the face here as well, but there's no cleanse on this Rise. He's gonna get dunked as Summit is able to round the bend.
And Smite hasn't worked for everyone, but not going to be contested by Sandbox. I think the preparation of first pick Jace now is being the focus here. Now, Canyon showed they don't want to fight by just poking, so they still don't want to fight for this, so can they actually look for a steal without losing multiple members?
Well, TPs are coming in now, so Joker in a little bit of trouble, has to proc that aftershock, finally does. And here comes Dub, trying to just burst down the jungler, and they will be able to get that in the trade of just the support. Kind of
a lot of squishy members, because being able to build armor, magic resistant health is not something that any
the bottom side, which would make that 480 make sense, but how about double mounted to the side of Damwon already at 15 minutes?
Now, they have no tank for this as the hook does go in.
And into the knockup, flush of Corky over the wall, double teleport coming on in though, and he can't get on top of that lantern. It does mean that it will just be the tree.
Hit the mid lane with Iceborne Gauntlet, Miramana, and poke out, something that Callisto won't be able to answer in the mid lane of Rome, but now they're gonna get Rome ganked.
Okay, everything being put into killing this Galio, but they're having such a hard time of it. Beryl finally gonna go down here as Ghost in a little bit of trouble, but here comes the rotation from the side of Sandbox.
Magic penetration. Damwon actually do more damage than Sandbox, which you wouldn't expect with Jace, Ezreal, Lissandra on the lineup, which all over the map. So as things lie right now, Dub might get a face check.
Okay, that's gonna be that face check. You were talking about this before. Gonna send Beryl back into it, dead. Immediately goes down as the damage cannot be put onto Joker and his aftershock. A shock blast on a Showmaker, he barely is gonna dodge that one. Sandbox is gonna take a big win in the fight after the face check.
Big mistake from Damwon. Beryl could have just gone out. He chose to go back in, and they did not have the reinforcements to make it work. So now the siege has started, and Showmaker's got no help.
And the siege is, it's quite good, especially when you have that demolish, you've got Jace, you have a ton of damage. Nice amount of damage here from Nuggery, who is trying to carry here, but in goes Canyon alone. It's gonna nearly go down, has Ignite on well.
So given that, Sandbox, it could definitely be worse around these mountains. Hook lands.
Hook lands, and no aftershock in time, and huge damage comes through from the Ezreal to lock down Canyon. Looked like it would be, so they get the pick, but a lot used here by Damwon.
Everyone overrating their tankiness in this game. Showmaker's pretty far up.
I'm trying to get the engage here on the Showmaker, but Beryl gonna make his way in. Huge hook onto Dub, who has to self-ult here. Do they have the damage to blow him up? Yes, they will on the backside as everybody.
Stays at 500 health. Damwon just run at Baron.
Trying to use it against him. The Sandbox strategy comes through, and Damwon now trying to get away with this one. Not in range, but here come the TPs. Dub from behind, gonna be
he's here
to bounce the ball in the Galio ultimate is gonna get one immediately. Now they're trying to get out to Nuclear, but he has the GA to survive for so long. But look at Summit coming on over. Damwon trying to come into this fight now. They're not gonna be able to win it. Only Showmaker is gonna be able to get away with that Baron. Sandbox still feeling really far ahead in terms of their gold and their damage.
Both sides, we've already seen even Aftershock's not gonna bail you out. Damwon with their one Baron buff, they follow the Corgi in this game. You make the wrong face check, 5v4 is what both teams are focused on. Grouping for the Mountain Drake, it's not gonna happen. No steal comes through, but given they don't control the map as well, like we predicted, they have no idea that Jarvan and Juan are behind them.
Oh, but they're just gonna try to go for Canyon immediately. He flashes that Cataclysm though. It doesn't look like there's enough damage to follow. They have no idea, and it's 3 Mountain Drakes. See you later, Baron. That happened in the span of about 8 seconds.
And all Sandbox can really do is run Elder and hope Damwon comes for them.
So they're gonna start it up here. See if they can actually get this one going, but take a look at Nuggery's position. Looking for the flank, as is Canyon from behind. Look at the damage, already goes out on a Dub. He's half health, and Joker just desperately gonna flash on in there. Now they're gonna re-engage from behind. Summit is going to try to go into that backline, but Nuclear going down up in the top side has to come in. But 2 kills do go the way of Damwon, and somehow they're able to turn that around.
You get the Elder as well. Chase got backline access, but you can't answer the front line. You can't answer Corki in any way. Realm Warp used again. The recall to stop there being any backdooring attempts. And watch these turrets explode.
See you later. That's one of them. We got a TP coming in too, and they're not wasting
They have
any
to fight
time.
them now, otherwise the turrets will just die as an afterthought.
Looks like they're going to go in for the Nexus turret, but doesn't seem like Damwon show any signs of stopping here. They're continuing on. They want to win the game right now.
Because of the Elder. The Elder's with Mountain. It's insane.
They just don't even exist anymore. As the shot flash is just laughable.
Just kill the turrets, kill the Nexus.
They're trying to kill Nuguri here, but he flashes away and he's got a massive shield on fleek. Not quite able to do enough damage. Look at Nuclear in the back line. Just gonna auto it down, and GG, Damwon Gaming coming in from behind, taking it now.
This would be
pick for Dove.
It would be a Sylas counter pick if you think about it. The ults here to steal
so.
are not so great. Consider which ult are you stealing as Sylas? You can.
We do have on fleek coming on down, and he's level 4. Looking for some action. Really trying to force this one onto that.
Uh-oh, engage!
Follow that CC, but he's able to buffer it. They get on top of Joker, but he is able to flash away.
Top lane.
Meanwhile, top side here, Nuguri does he have that Kingslayer trying to get on in. No mana for Dove. He's gonna knock him up, but the minions and the auto, it's gonna be enough.
Works. Also, in a draft, you first pick Sylas, he could go in jungle, mid, or top, usually mid-top, make it clear. And
has coming on in, just gonna straight up base check this, but there is a Rek'Sai behind. They do get the knock up here on a Ghost, but they don't have the damage just yet. Coming from behind here is Showmaker, and finally he is gonna go down as Sylas makes his way in. A double kill for Nuguri. That's the heal even from the AD carry and stays alive. Damwon Gaming.
Of the opponent. I don't know what the skin name would be, but kind of a big dreamer. He dreams he's Karma. He's Karma for a second.
He does the most damage. He's diving the turret. Nuguri with the aftershock makes it look easy.
Well, no dreams required. He just gets to be Nuguri when he grows up, and he's growing up strong.
Even Demolish taken here on the aftershock build. Pretty standard in the top lane. Is going to be able to take down that turret all by himself.
And I think that Dove going top lane is something that Sandbox Gaming have done a couple of times. They've been flexible around Summit and Dove in terms of lane assignments. But in this game, he's looked a lot more like a mid laner in top as Nuguri.
Trying to burst him down.
Where's Kingslayer?
Can he actually get him down here? Looks like he's going to
Kingslayer?
follow up. There's the Kingslayer. He's trying to turn it around. Cataclysm coming on in, but Nuguri lives through the flag even. He's going to be able to get away.
Choices so far. Some great execution. However, how about a third solo kill one way or the other?
Nuguri's got a leash of his own, and now he's hunting. As he is up a level, is going to get in range as well. Going to flash that knock-up is Dove, but man, Sylas, he's got a lot of mobility, guys. He's going back in. Could have seen that coming a mile away.
The Sylas problem of their own creation, only team to leave it open, is going to be a problem. But here's the force in mid.
Wow, really trying to force that one.
So he just put Summit back top lane.
Yeah.
So that stats can look a bit cleaner. Here's the force. Damwon Gaming won an Infernal. Good luck trying to contest it, although Beryl.
Meanwhile, Beryl just going to ult onto Ghost, who flashes away alone. Cataclysm as on plate traps himself.
He's going to do a lot of burst damage in an AoE, remember. It applies to all members, not always relevant. We have Cinderhawk Jarvan. This is an AP stacking Sylas.
Oh, in goes Showmaker by himself, does have the Shroud. Not quite able to do that much damage. Really, Nuguri is the carry of this team. But follow-up is just barely going to fall short onto Beryl as Sandbox now pushing on in.
Does Nuguri take the invitation?
23 minutes as we're going to try to get on top of Nautilus. He does buffer that one, and he is a little bit tanky, but not 4v1. Shot Blast doesn't even do that much damage. Flash going to be avoided here.
Finish this one
by Showmaker, getting in range with that Shroud as Canyon desperately trying to do so himself. Ult comes in from Showmaker, but he's ticking down. It will go the way of the Callista. But can they get out of the pit as Rek'Sai's going in? Look at the knockup coming in from the Nautilus, but it doesn't seem to matter. Nuguri in the backline. Double kill going to Canyon here, as it looks like Damwon Gaming are going to be able to clean up the majority of Sandbox here. Only on fleek will get away.
It was the killing fields for Damwon Gaming. Just
amount of poke already, but take a look at Nuggery, level 16.
He wants
from
Cataclysm.
behind. He's not going to be able to grab the lantern, actually has to go north, but they can't quite get into the back line. They're going to take out the Jarvan first, and Canyon was the one to die, but they have no front line now to Sandbox, as Nuggery jumping on in, as does Showmaker. Nice hook though, as Nuclear is going to get low. Showmaker as well is going to have it turned up, and Nuggery going 1v3. Does he have the damage? He takes out one, but it's not enough to win the fight.
Sandbox actually outplayed them. They needed an outplay. They got one. They've got four of them. Barrow has no health bar.
After everything missed, and as you mentioned, no Cataclysm. And
so far, sample size of one. It looked pretty good for Sandbox.
That it did. Again, it was pretty messy when it did come down to it. You can see Sandbox, their response, we're not fighting against that. We're pushing by ourselves, 5v4. We don't care about you, Nuggery, and see if it does work out as 5 members pushing on in. Nuggery split pushing himself.
The race for now. Sandbox Gaming gonna get the turret.
They're going to get that, and Barrel, unfortunately, is immediately just going to go down. TP now, they can easily play him. Sandbox, though, is going to turn onto this one, jumping in the back. Nuggery immediately going to go down, but it's all up to Nuclear now. Can he push them back? He's going to get the 1 kill on a Jace. That's okay. We're pushing on in for more. Not wasting any time with this one, but not too many minions. The next wave is coming on in, trying to get
for
some
the
help
end,
here. Is Showmaker, but Nuclear on the backside, they're flashing on in. Down goes the GA, but on fleek, so close with that stopwatch. Joker though assassinated by Showmaker. Now Nuclear on the right side, trying to clear it out. Canyon trying to buy some time, and he will, as there are no minions left over for Sandbox to continue pushing.
Sandbox are outplaying Damwon, but to one, and they're trying so hard to make it about what they have and what the enemy doesn't have. And here's Showmaker.
It's a big deal. Baron spawning in 30 seconds. Can they get the kill onto these 2 members? Ghost, though, is hopping away. Ghost here is actually outplaying them 1v3. He gets the 1, he gets the 2, he gets the 3. Ghost is gonna shut him down.
Unbelievable from Ghost, kiting back there. Nuggery's alive. No TP to try to end the game. Sandbox Gaming, they still want to end it.
Oh man, how does he turn that one around? Nuggery now trying to go 1v3, but it doesn't look like he can. And the shot blast to the face is enough. And they take out the Silas, and they'll take out the game. 1-1 will be the score as Sandbox wins game 2.
They needed to win pre-30 and a 30-0-1 the next comps, and no guarantee that Corki will be able to pop off as the game goes on, because in terms of front lines, Lissandra, Jarvan, and Galio, whatever the build path, is going to be better than anything Damwon Gaming.
As the Lee Sin, you have the Corki doing a good job pushing. You can just see the amount of damage that comes out as well. It's just not taking Trace. The big one nearly takes him out on the backside.
44 HP. Lissandra out of lane, can teleport back in. I was going to pose the question of where does the Rift Herald go, but they know who it goes to. It goes to your boy Nuggery. Only as much gold as possible injected into his build, and actually, they're looking to take down a Nico on the back end. It's going to draw a TP. Nuggery hasn't noticed it yet.
Nuggery in a bit of trouble here. Is going to flash away, but we do have the Lissandra behind him. Can he get a range for the Devour? No, not quite. As that is going to go the way of Nico. First blood, flashing on in. Going to get that stun as both these guys are so low. They're going to flash on in for that kill onto Dove as well. And now Joker in a little bit of trouble, but Summit's good too, just like not able to outplay Nuggery as in goes Canyon trying to set this up, but he sets himself up as he's not able to get in range of a Devour. Now has to save Showmaker here is trying to go on the disengage. Nice amount of damage though.
Don't know when Sandbox will be an answering one from Damwon.
On Fleek, not going to give his life. Says, okay, you can have this one.
Meals, he's fed, and that sounds pretty scary.
Yeah. He's a buff corgi. He's having a lot of fun. As
will always be windows where you get little things. Little things don't mean turret plates. We're too late for that. Little things now mean a roam where they're spotted.
Okay, Arrow's gonna hit him, but on Fleek doesn't have flag and drag, has to flash away. Oh, but here comes Nuggery in the back line, the biggest monster you've ever seen from your nightmares, doing that damage, and wow, Sandbox not able to put out anything here as the Galio just disappears. bringing the whole squad as well. As we're not done here, we're looking for Ghost. That's a double kill now. His items, we were talking about all the penetration. He had the finish for that fight, and he was doing some damage.
Hey,
that is for sure.
He doesn't have that Void Staff yet, but you know it's coming, just to dunk the Wit's End even further.
Amounts of damage that comes out, and well, the desperation sets in for Sandbox. They're down 5,000. They are going to try to get this top 10s down, who does a bit of damage.
Do they run it back? It's 20 minutes into this. What the hell? Righteous Glory is so tanky, he does so much damage. Nuguri just builds the damage straight up and, well, flanks himself.
Well, we do still have Elise in. He's going to be able to help dunk this poor girl down as Nico.
The realm. We're not sure where Ash arrows go when they miss, but that one never to be described. Corky
is going to miss his Valkyrie, but Beryl is in vision, or rather in range, to be able to do that. And look at the crits coming in from Corky. Will he just get it? The flash on in too, as he's looking for more. He hasn't had enough to eat this. Not much you can do against this Rise, but they're going to try. As he's going to step up to him. What is going on with the damage? You got to be careful. As it's Nuguri going 1v3 on the front line. He's got a big shield too. Has the Devour as well as Joker just coming on in. Trying to do the tanking, but it is going to...
Well, Rise also saw do a bit of damage. That arrow goes wide.
Okay, is it going to matter though? Nice stopwatch at the same time for both of the junglers as Canyon almost takes some damage there.
He's going to get out though, no one dies, but that feels like the least of their problems. Nuguri's level 16, pushing up the minion wave in bot. Will do his best to push it back, but good luck with that, main. Damwon Gaming pushing mid as well. At least Sandbox can walk up to try to wave because Ash Arrow is on cooldown, and so is Lee Sin King.
Nuguri's up 3 levels on Summit right now. You mentioned that counter pick? I think it was. Nuguri's just laughing in the face of him right now as it's all his show. Joker trying desperately to catch the Corki, but it ain't gonna happen. Showmaker is not gonna miss another Valkyrie, and with Baron, Damwon are not wasting any time.
Pushing through the mid lane as well. And no Ash Arrow to guarantee this, but they might get it anyway.
Hey, aftershock here for Dove is going to last quite a while, but Canyon going on in is going to force that self-ult, but the big one is just pressuring everybody away. They absolutely cannot defend this inhibitor.
But if they only lose one inhibitor, that's probably more than they deserve with how far behind they are. They took a lot of dogged. You've never seen a Rise in Corki quite like this when it comes to damage at 25 minutes into the game. It's a single Infernal. Nuguri in the bot lane again. He doesn't see a flank teleport available to him.
I think there's going to be a chance here. They're going to get on top of Nuclear though. Devour does come in. And the rest of the team here having a bit of trouble. You see Showmaker's doing the damage, but where's the follow-up? Nice pick though from the side of Canyon to get Ghost out of the fight. And Showmaker still is almost at full health. Is just gonna shred through that back line that tries to get in there. And by the way, Nuguri's still pushing.
Sandbox plays it perfectly, but they're too far behind Val as the items are there. And Summit's health bar is not.
It doesn't exist. The 404 comes through once again to replay as Damwon Gaming looks to push to end the game.
Second inhibitor, Nexus Tower, here we go.
Yeah, they're just going on in for it. Everybody's gonna die, and Damwon Gaming will be moving on to face King Zone in the first round of the playoff.
And Damwon Gaming take it down. What was a really entertaining wildcard match. So many in the past with 2-0s, where one team came in prepped and the other team did not. Damwon Gaming had all the question marks so much. Who was going to be on the roster? Could they actually make the map plays work? And to a great extent, Sandbox made some good decisions in game number 1 and 2 that only Drake's counted against them, but in game number 3, you start to see the potential of going with the young gun Nuguri and the young gun Canyon be fully realized. Nuguri is this tantalizing player who's so damn good in the laning phase that if he's empowered to do so, and amusingly, it's from a teleport flank with the Sorcerer's Shoes Rise, he buys items for lane, he takes his bone and goes home, and somehow Corki doesn't get the bone metaphor. And with that bone, which was that Void Staff, the Rise rolls over the members and a very well-deserved bow from Damwon Gaming. They will face